many of you guys picture things in your head when you read? Okay, great. What are some things that you picture in your head as you're reading? What do you picture?
The thing that's happening.
The thing that's happening. Okay, Kevin?
Oh.
Dylan?
I can know, like, every time I read a word, and like when I read the person's name, I think of doing the action that I read.
You think of doing the action that you just read was happening, right? What about, maybe not actions necessarily, but sometimes they will describe things to you. Do you think about those, Julia?
Sometimes whenever I'm reading a book, whenever it gives me something to I think about what the character looks like, how the character sounds, and what color the hair looks like, and give a description of the character.
So Julia sees the character as it's being described in her head when she reads about the character. What's another thing like that you'll read about that you picture in your mind? Kennedy?
Like, every time there's like a word.
Can you speak louder?
Every time there's like a word, and it's like funny, you'll start laughing in your head, but don't laugh out loud.
Okay, yeah. So when we're writing, we want to work on showing our readers what we mean instead of just telling them what we mean. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to work on how we can show our readers what we're talking about instead of just telling them. So we're going to work on today character emotions. What is an emotion? Diana? How a person feels. So instead of just telling how a person feels, we're going to show how the person feels in our writing. Okay? So I have a little video for you. When we watch this video, I want you paying very close attention to what the people in this video are doing, because we're going to write about that. We're going to see what they're doing, and we're going to show. Okay? So we're going to watch this video.
It's so magnificent. I just love you so much. And you said that you love Nicki Minaj, right? Do you want to meet her? Yeah! Come on out, Nicki.
Within 5 seconds of seeing this video, I was calling everyone I knew, and I was also receiving a billion emails. Everyone is like, you have to see this little girl. She blew me away. Do you know, I have a hype man, and you have a hype girl.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to sing the bridge, because people need to hear the bridge of Super Bass.
Okay. So how do you think that little girl felt? Kimberly? Excited. So instead of just saying that she was excited, what was she doing to tell you that she was excited? Kennedy?
Screaming.
She was screaming a lot, right? And what kind of screaming was it? Dylan?
Excitement scream.
It was an excitement scream. It wasn't like a scared scream. It was just she was screaming. What else was she doing to tell you that she was excited? Isabella, she was jumping up and down. What else? She was hugging people. You know, when you hug people, you're probably happy. Julia.
She was out of breath.
She was out of breath. Have you been so excited about something that you've ran out of breath? Yeah. Does anybody else have anything to say about her actions that she was doing? Taikisha. She kept jumping around and hopping around everywhere, right? She couldn't stay still. Are you like that when you're excited?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Caitlin? Okay. Very good. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to work on not just telling she was excited. That was boring. Oh, she was excited. Okay? We're going to show them. So what's another way that instead of just saying she was excited, what was something that she was doing that told us that she was excited? So instead of just saying she was excited, we're going to say, Dylan.
They got excited.
Well, that would be just saying that she was excited. So what was she doing? What was she doing? Kennedy?
Joyful screaming.
I love that. Joyful screams. Can somebody help me think of a sentence that I could put joyful screams in? Kevin Alvin. She was screaming with joy. Very good. I like that. That's a really good sentence. Okay? Instead of saying that maybe, so earlier this morning we wrote about a time when we were excited, didn't we? So instead of saying, oh, I was so happy, what's something that we do when we're happy? Isabella? Okay, so what's something that we can say instead of saying, I was so happy? What's something that we can show people? Julia?
She was smiling and giggling.
Okay, so instead of saying I was so happy, I'm going to say
I was giggling with joy.
okay. I was giggling with joy. Okay, great. Sometimes when I get excited, I get a little bit nervous. Do you get a little bit nervous? So instead of saying we're nervous, think right now, instead of saying, oh, I'm nervous, what's something that I do when I'm nervous? Joelle. So what's a sentence that I can write? Instead of saying he was nervous, I could say she was nervous for her. Well, then I'm just telling that they were nervous. What's something that a person does when they are nervous? You just said they shake, right? So what's a sentence that I could do that has shake in it?
She shakes
When she what? Okay. So she instead of, we're talking about past tense, right? So it wouldn't be she shakes, it'd be she shook. Very good. Okay. She or he shook. What would be next? Caitlin. Okay. He shook. So I'm showing that he's shaking. What's shaking? What shakes? When I'm nervous, I'm shaking. What shakes? Dayana. Okay. So he shook his hands. Okay. His hands. What comes next? What could come next? Because I'm just gonna put it please flashing. Because why? Why is he shaking his hands? Kimberly. What? Okay, that's a good one. Because he was nervous. Okay. So also instead of just saying it was fun, what's something that we could put? What happens to to us when we have fun? What do we do? That little girl in that video, what was she doing? She was having fun, wasn't she? Okay, how did you know she was having fun? What do you do when you're having fun? Power.
I'll be happy around.
Huh?
I'll be happy.
You're happy when you have fun? Well, what's something that we can show people that you're having fun? Instead of just saying I was happy, I was having fun, how can we show that? Manuel,
You were hopping around.
speak loudly.
You were hopping around.
Okay, hopping around. Do that when you're having fun? Yeah? Okay, so we could say, instead of it was fun, we could say, she was hopping around everywhere.
She was.
Okay, we could keep going because what?
Because she was having fun.
Because she was having fun. Okay. So these are all ways that we can show what's going on instead of just telling. Okay? So when you're showing, that makes your writing a lot better. So instead of this morning when we wrote about a time when we were excited about something. So instead of just saying, raise your hand if you did this. How many of you just said, I was excited? Raise your hand if you did that. It's okay. Raise it. There. Okay, so instead of just saying, I was excited when, we could say something like, I was screaming with joy. I was giggling with joy. He or I, if you're talking about yourself,
I shook his
hands because it was nervous. Maybe you were nervous. Or you could say something like, I was hopping around everywhere because I was having fun. Okay? So you're going to take a line in that paper that we wrote earlier, and you're going to say, instead of just saying, I was excited, you're going to change it to something like this. It doesn't have to be this exact thing. In fact, I would like you to come up with one on your own. Okay? So instead of just saying, I was excited, we're going to show people. We're not just going to tell them what we were. We're going to show it to them. Okay? Yes, Kevin. Eventually. But right now, I just want you to write on the paper that you wrote. Okay? Any questions about what you're going to do? You're going to do this with a partner. We already have our partner set. So you're going to go with that partner. You're going to switch papers, and you're going to edit your paper where you wrote, I was just excited. Dylan.
I'm confused where said when you said about switching papers and are we fixing it because they're gonna do it back?
You're gonna talk about it together. Okay? Okay. Any other questions?
Oh no.
Okay, you may go grab your paper and go to your partner and fix your papers.
What are we going to do?
Just pick a spot.
I'll be a part of it.
Now. Get up. Get up. Are you coming with me?
Hey,